Hello again. In this video, we're just going to go a quick tutorial on how to create your own presets and save them. So everyone knows the preset button is down here in the right corner, and we have this main folder. This is global presets at the top. These are ones that I control, so I add to this, and you can use them. You can modify them and save them as your own, but you can't save anything in this folder. This is only controlled by me. Location presets, this is where you can create and save your own stuff. So let's just go through an example here. We'll use the peak function here so we can see what the lights are doing. So we'll start with something simple. I was kind of already playing around with this, so let's just go to global presets. We'll go to Easter. We'll pick a color or an effect. So, and if you want to see when you select something, if you want to see what effect that is that I used to create that, if you scroll through, I think this one's down at the bottom. Yeah, so down here, this is a solid pattern try. So that's the effect I used to create that Easter preset. So let's go to colors. So let's modify this and then we'll save it as our own. So let's just say color 1. So you can see color 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom here. So color 1, let's change that to blue. And let's go blue and this color. And we'll go, well, that's we'll leave it there. Kind of like a flag color or something. So we'll leave it there. Now we like that, we want to keep it. Go to presets, go to the location presets, and let's create a new folder. So I already created a test folder, so I'm actually just going to delete it and we'll recreate it. So I'm going to delete this folder. Oh, I already have one in here. So that's a good thing to notice that we can talk about too. So if you have a preset in a folder, you need to delete the preset first before you can delete the folder. So we're going to delete this preset. Yes, I want to delete it. And then let's delete this folder and then we'll create it again. Okay, so let's create that folder again. So you have a place to save it. So I have some folders in here. I don't want to put this one that we just created in one of these. So we're going to create a new folder. So in the top right here, there's this folder button. Hit it and give it a name. So we'll call this one test again. Test 1 and hit save. Then it creates a folder on the bottom. Hit the folder. And then this little star here with the plus sign, I'll hold my finger on it so you can see it kind of light up. That's, you hit that button to actually save the preset. So we're going to give it a name, test 1. Now it says use current state and there's a checkbox. Current state means that you want to save the current display that you have on your lights, like the state of the lights. You want to save that. So yes, of course, that's what you picked. So you're going to save it as that. Include brightness. Include brightness means if you have this on max brightness, whenever you select it, it doesn't matter what it's on before that, it'll automatically go to max brightness. So we're going to want to keep that because when I select this, I want it to be full brightness, and that's how I set it up. If you had something that was like only half brightness and you wanted to keep that, obviously you're going to check that box so that the effect always looks the same. And then save segment bounds. So we're going to check that too. Just always check that box. If you got into something with more segments where you're creating segments and stuff, you're definitely going to want to check it. This is more for if you had an effect running that has segments and then you click on this preset, you want it to go back to just a single segment again. So I know it sounds kind of complicated. I'll make another video on segments, but just always check that box. There's no reason not to. And then the check segments thing, we don't really need to worry about that unless we're getting in deep into creating different segments. So just those 3 boxes for now is fine. Hit save. And then now it's added that in there. So let's, we'll pick something that has segments. So let's go back, hit the back button, go to global presets, and we'll go to Canada Day. So Canada Day 4, white, 8, red. So this one I think does have segments. So if I click this segment button, yeah, so you see there's multiple segments, 0, 1, and 2. So if we go back to the presets folder, let's open up that one that we just created and saved. Now when I hit it, it should clear the segments and put everything to the way that we had it set. So it did. So I hit test 1, the lights went to the way we wanted them. Check the segments, we only have one segment, which is what we wanted. So you can see kind of how that all works. Now, if we want to edit one that we created, we can also do that. So let's go to whatever. Let's just change color 2 to green. color 3 to purple, just to make a change of some sort. So we changed it. Now we want to save that change. So we don't want to create a whole new one. We just want to modify the one we already made. So let's go to location presets and go to test 1. And then our test 1 here. So if you hit these little 3 dots on the right, it says edit. So hit edit. And then it says update state question mark. Yes, we want to, because we changed the state of the lights. We want to update it. So check that box, and then all the other boxes are checked there, which we want to update the state with the current state. A little confusing, but kind of makes sense. Include brightness. Yes, of course. Save segment bounds. We're always going to check that. And then hit update. So if we go back, go to global presets again. I don't know. Let's pick a miscellaneous one here. Bling bling. So this one's going to be like probably a moving one. So then let's go back to our presets here, go to location presets, and go to our test 1 again and hit it. There. See, like now it's what we changed it to, so that's what we want. Yeah, as far as that goes, like there's not really a whole lot of extra stuff you need to do there. I'll maybe make a separate video on just creating effects. Like you can go to, we'll just do a quick something here. So if you want to completely kind of get rid of everything, make sure you reset to one segment. That just resets everything back to just solid on. And then you can go through, you can even select, like chase 3. So there's like a moving effect, the slider. Like I gotta make a video on this stuff for you guys, because some of this stuff lots of people don't even know. So this is like your speed, so you can speed it up. Intensity is like your spacing, or how many lights are in each group. So if you adjust that, you can see how the groupings change. And if you increase it. So we got this chase 3 going. It has 3 different colors as well. We can change those on the fly. All that kind of fun stuff. So I'll just change this one to green so you can see it. So if I want to save that again, let's just run through that one more time. Go to location presets. We can go to this same folder if we want, and then hit this little star. Save, give it a name. Moving, whoops. We'll just call it moving. Use current state, yes. Brightness, yes. Save segment bounds, of course. Hit save. Now we got 2 saved presets in there now. So we can go to test 1 and it changes back to that. We can go moving and you got your moving one. So you can organize these all into folders, create all your own stuff, change the effects, you can go back to solid. There's like tons of effects in here. You can, play with this all day and create different things. I'll make a video on just making different effects and stuff like that, and kind of help you guys out. But as far as just making a basic effect and saving it, or modifying one of my global presets, that's basically all you need to know. And everything you have will be stored in here, and you'll only have access to that. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.